Think you're saving money at Dollarama? You might want to reconsider. Behind those cheerful, bright green signs and seemingly unbeatable prices, there's a story most Canadians don't know. And once you see what's really happening, your next shopping trip will never be the same. Dollarama has become a Canadian institution, over 1,600 stores nationwide, serving approximately 8.2 million customers every week as of 2025. With 85% of Canadians living within 10 kilometers of a location, it's become the go-to spot for budget-conscious shoppers. But here's the thing, not everything that looks like a deal actually is a deal. And some items on those shelves, well, let's just say the real cost might be higher than the price tag suggests. Based on findings available as at the time of making this video, we've uncovered 5 critical things every Dollarama shopper needs to know. By the end, you'll know exactly which aisles to avoid and which products are worth your hard-earned money. Let's dive in. Number 5. The price that isn't really a price anymore. Remember when Dollarama actually sold things for $1? Those days are long gone. According to reports from 2022, the chain introduced a $5 price point, a 400% increase from their original concept. And prices keep climbing. Consumer discussions from 2024 and 2025 indicate that items like 591 milliliter Pepsi bottles jumped from $1.25 to $1.50, and certain energy drinks now cost $1.75. But here's what makes this tricky. Your brain still registers Dollarama as the dollar store. Market research shows we tend to remember the first number in a price much more than anything else. So that $1.25 tag, your mind processes it as about $1, even though you're paying significantly more. Industry analysts point out that this psychological pricing creates an interesting situation. When you walk into Dollarama, you're primed to think everything is cheap. But according to a price comparison study published in 2024, many products actually cost more per unit than at traditional grocery stores when you break down the math. For example, reports suggest that certain cereals at Dollarama may cost up to 42 cents per ounce compared to 30 cents per ounce for larger boxes at grocery stores. That bargain you thought you were getting, it might actually be costing you 40% more. The bottom line, Dollarama's no return, no exchange policy means once you realize you've overpaid on a per unit basis, there's nothing you can do about it. Which brings us to something even more concerning. Number 4. The toxic chemicals hiding in plain sight. This one is alarming. According to a 2022 investigation by Environmental Defense, approximately 1 in 4 products tested from Dollarama contain toxic chemicals managed under the Canadian Environmental Protection Act. We're talking about heavy metals, phthalates, and substances known as forever chemicals. The report, based on findings as at the time of publication, indicated that certain products tested contained disturbing levels of dangerous substances. According to the study, the outer ring of stereo headphones from dollar stores was found to have 24 times the legal limit of lead and 5 times the legal limit of cadmium. Even more shocking, internal solder in some products reportedly contained 170 times what's considered safe. Now, Dollarama has stated that consumer product safety is their utmost priority and that their products meet applicable Canadian regulations. But here's the catch that researchers pointed out. There's a regulatory gap. While Canada regulates lead on the outside of products, internal components, the parts that become exposed when products break or wear down, aren't covered by the same standards. And children's products, they're particularly vulnerable to this loophole. The 2022 Environmental Defense Report also noted that all of the food cans tested from Dollarama contain toxic chemicals, 60% with BPA, 40% with PVC and polyester resin. BPA is a chemical that Canada designated as toxic back in 2010 after studies linked it to prostate disease, breast cancer, infertility, and behavioral problems in children. Yet according to the investigation, it's still present in some food packaging. What about those microwave popcorn bags? According to the same report, all of the microwave popcorn packaging tested contained PFAS, those forever chemicals that don't break down in the environment or in your body. Consumer advocacy groups have suggested that low-income communities and racialized neighborhoods are disproportionately affected by these issues, as discount retailers like Dollarama are often their only accessible shopping option. The question becomes, should Canadians have to choose between affordability and safety? Number 3, the recall pattern you need to know about. Let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention: Dollarama's history of product recalls. According to publicly available data, the chain has had multiple recalls in recent years that raise concerns about quality control in their supply chain. In October 2025, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency issued a nationwide recall for Biscuit brand waffles with chocolatey fillings sold at Dollarama due to mold contamination. While the CFIA classified this as a Class 3 recall, meaning low risk, it's worth noting this wasn't an isolated incident. Earlier in 2025, according to CFIA records, Snowtime brand berry ice smoothie pops sold at Dollarama were recalled due to undeclared milk, a Class 2 recall indicating moderate risk for those with dairy allergies. In 2024, reports indicate that Absorbine Junior Extra Strength patches were recalled due to significant violations of good manufacturing practices. Going back to 2018, Dollarama reportedly recalled over 50,000 children's toys due to dangerous levels of phthalates. Consumer watchdog publications have noted that Dollarama's business model, sourcing from over 1,350 vendors globally with a substantial proportion coming from overseas suppliers, creates inherent quality control challenges. According to company data from 2019, approximately 55% of their products were imported, with a significant portion from China. The pattern here: rapid turnover of inventory from multiple global suppliers, makes consistent safety oversight difficult. And with Dollarama's strict no-return policy, if you discover a problem with a product before it's officially recalled, you're stuck with it. Industry observers suggest that dollar stores face unique pressures: high product turnover, thin profit margins, and a business model built on volume rather than vetting. When something goes wrong, it can affect thousands of households across the country very quickly. Number 2, the shrinkflation strategy that's fooling shoppers. Here's a trick that Dollarama, and to be fair many retailers, has mastered: shrinkflation. You see a familiar product at what seems like great price, but the package is significantly smaller than what you'd find elsewhere. Consumer price analysis from 2024 indicates this is happening across multiple product categories. That brand name cereal, according to reports, it might be a 3-ounce box at Dollarama versus a 14-ounce box at grocery stores. Yes, Dollarama's version costs less in absolute dollars, but the per-ounce calculation tells a different story. According to consumer advocacy research, many Dollarama food items cost up to 40% more per unit than grocery store equivalents. Candy bars are reportedly about 20% smaller than standard sizes. Those microwavable meals, industry analysts suggest they typically contain 30% less food than the same brands at regular supermarkets. What makes this particularly effective is the packaging often looks similar to full-sized versions. Your eyes see a familiar brand, your brain registers "good deal," and into the cart it goes. Only later, if ever, do you realize you're paying a premium for convenience and smaller portions. A price comparison study published in late 2024 found some interesting exceptions. Products like spices genuinely represent savings: $1.25 to $3.50 at Dollarama versus $4 to $5 elsewhere. Basic staples like rice, pasta, and certain canned vegetables often match budget grocery brands at lower absolute prices. But according to the analysis, these genuine deals are mixed in with dozens of products where the unit economics don't actually favor the consumer. Consumer forums from 2024 and 2025 show shoppers expressing frustration after doing the math themselves. One frequently cited example: certain condiments and sauces may appear cheaper at Dollarama, but when calculated by weight, the grocery store's larger format actually delivers better value. The lesson? That calculator app on your phone isn't just for splitting restaurant bills. When shopping at Dollarama, smart consumers are reportedly doing the per-unit math before assuming they're getting a deal. And now the number one issue that every Canadian needs to understand before their next Dollarama trip, the hidden cost of low-quality products that need frequent replacement. Here's the reality that industry experts and consumer advocates point out. When products are engineered to hit ultra-low price points, something has to give. And according to various consumer reports and testing, that something is often durability and quality. Take batteries, for instance. Consumer testing indicates that dollar store batteries typically last only 25 to 30% as long as name brands. So that $1.25 pack might seem like a steal compared to $8 for Duracells, but if you need to replace them 3 to 4 times as often, you're actually spending more in the long run. According to consumer product reviews, storage containers from Dollarama often warp after minimal use. Light bulbs reportedly burn out faster, lasting an average of 300 hours compared to 1,000 hours for standard bulbs. That's like buying a friend who leaves the party early every single time, never around when you actually need them. Kitchen items present similar concerns. Consumer reports suggest that plastic utensils may melt or bend with normal use. Cutting boards can harbor bacteria in deep grooves that form quickly, and non-stick cookware might lose its coating after just a few uses. Now, it's not all bad news. According to the same consumer analyses, certain categories at Dollarama genuinely deliver value. Cleaning supplies, basic items like bleach and window cleaner, reportedly contain the same active ingredients as expensive brands. Party supplies like napkins, plates, gift bags, and decorations can save you up to 70% compared to party specialty stores. Basic school supplies typically perform adequately for everyday use. The key, according to consumer advocacy experts, is understanding the difference between items where quality matters and items where it doesn't. A gift bag gets used once, who cares if it's premium? But a phone charger that could potentially damage your device or create a fire hazard, that's a different calculation entirely. Consumer watchdogs have noted something interesting. Dollarama's strict no-return policy means all purchases are final. If that $3 kitchen gadget breaks the first time you use it, you've thrown away $3. Multiply that across multiple disappointing purchases, and those savings evaporate quickly. According to financial experts who've analyzed consumer spending patterns, the true cost of low-quality goods includes replacement frequency, potential safety issues, and the opportunity cost of the time spent returning to the store for replacements. So what's the verdict? Should you avoid Dollarama entirely? Not necessarily. Based on the research and consumer reports we've examined, here's what smart shoppers are doing. Worth buying at Dollarama, according to consumer advocates, greeting cards, gift wrap and bags, party decorations and supplies, seasonal decorations, certain cleaning products with verified active ingredients, basic school supplies, and selected shelf-stable pantry items, but only after checking the unit price. Approach with caution or avoid, according to the same sources. Electronics and headphones, due to the heavy metal concerns. Children's toys and products, higher recall frequency. Batteries, shorter lifespan. Food in unusual or off-brand packaging, quality control concerns, and any product where safety is critical. Consumer finance experts suggest a simple rule: calculate the per-unit cost, consider the replacement frequency, and factor in the no-return policy. That $2 item that breaks after one use is actually more expensive than the $6 item that lasts a year. Here's the bottom line. Dollarama serves an important purpose in the Canadian retail landscape. According to their 2025 ESG report, they're the second strongest brand in Canada, and millions of Canadians rely on them for affordable everyday items. In an era of rising costs and economic uncertainty, discount retailers fill a genuine need. But being a smart shopper means looking past the bright green signs and low price points. It means understanding that dollar store doesn't always equal better deal. It means checking recalls, reading unit prices, and knowing which products deliver genuine value versus which ones are false economies. The stores aren't going to change their business model. It's working too well for them. According to financial reports, Dollarama's sales continue to climb year after year, reaching $6.4 billion in revenue for fiscal 2025. But armed with this information, you can navigate those aisles strategically, grabbing the genuine deals while avoiding the traps. Knowledge is power. Now you know what to look for, what to avoid, and how to actually save money instead of just thinking you're saving money. The next time you walk into Dollarama, you won't just be another customer. You'll be an informed consumer making choices that truly benefit your wallet and your family's well-being. Share this video with anyone who shops at Dollarama regularly. They deserve to know the full story behind those low prices. And let us know in the comments, have you had any experiences with Dollarama products that didn't live up to expectations? Your stories might help other viewers make better decisions. Stay informed, stay safe, and shop smart, Canada.